And thank you. Holidays can be a stressful time, especially for caregivers. Joining us this morning to discuss the topic is Mary Michaels and Karla. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I love the red, by the way. Very festive, very fun. So let's talk about caregiving during the holidays and maybe how that can look different.
Well, we know that in South Dakota, there are 80,000 family caregivers. So people that are caring for a spouse, a parent, a child, another loved one, and they're providing 74 million hours of unpaid care. So AARP across the country really works to support these family caregivers to let them know what resources are available to help them as well as their loved one. And Karla is one of our volunteers, but she's also has been a family caregiver herself.
Yeah. Yes.
I guess, how are the holidays maybe present a different type of, challenge for caregivers then, in your experience maybe?
I think the challenges for the holidays is a lot of caregivers are working part-time or full-time, and then they have those holiday responsibilities that they're doing. So caregiving puts that added pressure, a lot less sleep, that kind of thing on the caregiver as well. And being from South Dakota, we have those Midwestern values. So many of us as children of people who are sick and needing care, we feel it's our obligation and we don't think twice about it. So people are really overextending themselves.
So I guess what tips or resources do you have for caregivers during the holidays?
Well, it's, a lot of times when you're flying, they always talk about putting your own oxygen mask on before you help out. You have to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to be in a position to be able to take care of somebody else. So you need to find those times where you can take a break, where you can call in another family member or a friend for help. But the biggest thing is you need to not be afraid to ask for help. And there are resources out there. AARP has a collaboration with the Helpline Center. So you can just call 211 and get connected to caregiver supports, whether that's for yourself or maybe you need transportation assistance or medication assistance or navigating the healthcare system, whatever it might be, they're there to help connect you. And then we also have caregiving resource guides on our website. But I think, and Karla knows from her experience just that need to be able to rely on other family members and to take that time for yourself.
Yeah, you bring up such a great point about, caregivers putting themselves also first and, thinking about yourself. How is that just also important for anybody during the holidays, being able to kind of center yourself and make sure you're doing good?
I'll let you take that, Karla.
Yeah, I think culturally, for those of us in South Dakota, we don't do that anyway.
Yeah.
So as a caregiver, it happens even less. So when you think about, like Mary was saying, with 74 million hours of unpaid care, that's a lot of work South Dakotans are doing out there. And with the holidays around, that's just more stress.
So these resources are even more important, during this time. And 211 is a great resource for people to get connected to the right place.
Yep, absolutely. And if you happen to be, and that's something you can do statewide, call that 211 number. But again, on aarp.org, you can search for caregiving and then state resource guide. So even if your loved one is in another state, you can find the resource guide for that state, find local agencies, support groups, other services that can help you and your loved ones.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we're going to be right back after the break.